Welcome to another episode of the Art Patient Project, guys. And today we're talking about your grip. As you mature or as you age and go into the latter years, your grip starts to fail you. This becomes a problem when opening jars and various other things, pushing yourself out the bath, pulling yourself into the bath, closing doors, basically grip strength. So what do we have here then? Got a tennis ball, which is recommended you start with a tennis ball. Okay, you just start, before you start actually training the forearms or the arms, you start with your grip. Squeezing a tennis ball. Just learning how to squeeze the tennis ball. Remember, if you can't grip something, you can't apply the forces from the large muscles of the body. Now, in powerlifting terms, this is like a deadlift. If you're pulling something off the floor, in reality, it might be supposing, ladies, you've broke down and you need to move a tyre around off the floor. What will let you down is before you even activate all those large muscles of the hips and the back and the biceps and the quads, is the grip. The first thing to break will be the grip. This will let you down. And this is one of the first things you lose, your grip ability. Now you move from a tennis ball to these things, and these are called, especially for athletes improving their grip, these are called captains of crush. These come in, forget the little rag wrapped around it. These come in different strengths, and it all depends on the spring. That spring, all these springs in these come in different strengths. So this is a 0.5. What we do is wrap our hands around it and then start crushing it. We wrap our hands around it and you can see these muscles here working as we crush it. Now the reason I've got a rag around this is because one of the things, these are quite coarse. These are very coarse. The knurling on the steel is very, very coarse. A lot more than the Olympic bar I have here. So these are very coarse. So you wrap the rag around it so you don't cut your hands and knock your hands up, ladies. And we go from, I don't know if you can see it, might be on autofocus. We go from a 0.5 to a 1. I think that's about 140, 150 pound per square inch required to close it, see. So we wrap our rag around it. Just so the knurling don't cut into us. And we're away again. Oops. switch hands, and there we go. Now these really take some working at. They're not easy, but there are guys obviously who can do number 4s and that. I think you get a special. If you can do a number 4, you get a special. But believe me, this is a whole different type of training. Now, this will help you out in every day. These will help you out in everyday situations. So we go from that and we go to a trainer, and then there's a 0.5. Sorry, I'm not filming it very well. And then there's a 1. I've got a 1.5 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and they go up to about 5 for athletes, really. They're made by Iron Mind, and they're such a great little thing to use. They're really, really sturdy and bomb-proof. You won't break them. They're lovely made, but the knurling is a little bit coarse. So hence, you can cover it with something, a sock or an old rag. And it really does teach you how to use your grip. You'd be surprised how you're going to lose your hand strength. Now, the people, may I say, the athletes with the greatest hand strength are climbers without a doubt. And I am lucky enough to have a few climbers who come here occasionally, and the things that they can do with their fingers and hands and thumbs is incredible, guys. Well, we're not really on about that here, because they start training from day one. And remember, a climber is holding his whole body weight with his fingers and his hands. So he's so heavily reliant on the strength of the tendons and the muscles of the hands. Now, like I say, as people age, they lose this ability. And if you lose the ability of the hands, you'll lose the ability of the forearm, and then the biceps, and then the larger muscles to hold on and move things and actually power things around. You can imagine a guy who plays rugby as well, who makes a tackle and then fails to hold on